Locally owned and operated by Radio FM Media. We are your Bison Nation station.
And number one for classic rock that really rocks. 107.9, The Fox.
Now, here's today's headlines with the Fox Morning Show.
On 107.9, The Fox.
What day is it?
It's Monday morning.
What? Monday morning?
Monday morning.
Is there an echo in here?
Hey, who's ready for a great first day?
Getting ready for the big day.
Get ready for a great week.
Every day's a great day for me.
I'm a person who oozes positivity.
That's who I am. I'm a positive person.
I'm a positive person.
Seize the day.
Great, we're ready.
Start the show.
All right, start the show.
For a Monday, not too bad outside.
Yeah,
on the 23rd of October.
Right. Weather-wise, this is the best day of the week. It really is, unfortunately, going to be probably all downhill from here this week. But still, you know what? Keep that chin up. We're better than we normally are this time of year.
That's truth.
Yeah. So that Fox forecast, actually fantastic today. Sunshine and 64. Tonight, chance of rain, low in the 40s. Tomorrow's high in the 50s. By Thursday, 40s. By Friday, 30s. And maybe snow.
Yep.
That damn four-letter word is in the forecast, Dave.
Maybe it'll rally by the middle of the week to be like, oh, things aren't so bad. It's going to be maybe in the 50s.
Well, according to the weather eggheads locally, there's a little battle between the European model and the American model.
It seems like there always is. It's like there's two different camps there, and they can't agree.
Yeah, they can't. They can't. And so we could get snow according to one model, and according to another model, we might not get anything. So, again, it's only Monday. Friday's a little ways off, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, let's not ruin a nice Monday by talking about Friday snow.
Exactly. So,
yes.
53 now at 6:02.
Welcome to it, the 23rd day of October. Here's what's shaking in our corner of the globe. Happy Monday, but Fargo cops are still searching for that missing driver after the crash on Friday. About 2:27 in the afternoon, a white car was seen traveling eastbound on 9th Avenue South and failed to stop at the intersection, hit a northbound SUV. The impact of the collision sent the white car into an underground garage of an apartment complex. The driver of the white car fled the scene on foot and still remains at large. Sad to report 2 women were killed when tires came off a semi on I-94. Boy, that is always such a scary thought.
Yeah.
Either one blowing up or coming off, and especially when you're right next to them, or you're in between them, sandwiched.
Yep, I feel like we've talked about this before. You do the same thing I do when you go to pass a semi.
Beat feet, man.
You punch it a
punch
little more.
It, get out of there.
Yeah.
Yep. A section of I-94 northwest of Minneapolis was closed Saturday evening after that fatal crash. The crash occurred about 4:49 on I-94 in St. Michael near State Highway 241. State Patrol says the semi lost 2 tires, and at least one of them hit an eastbound SUV. There was 5 women in the SUV at the time of the crash. The driver and 1 passenger were killed in the crash. The other 3 SUV passengers suffered non-life-threatening injuries. The semi driver, a 37-year-old from Savage, was not injured. Everyone in the crash was believed to be wearing seatbelts. The eastbound lane of the interstate was closed for about 6 hours. Somebody in Maryland found a Gunther beer bottle in their wall, and this was written on it. This bottle was put here by the plumber on 3/25/55.
Ooh.
Tell your wife hi and thanks for the tip.
Well, okay.
A scrapyard in Ohio caught a thief in one of their cars.
Yeah.
And so then they used a forklift to hoist the car 20 feet in the air with the thief inside until the cops could get there.
Take that.
Yeah, the 911 dispatcher laughed when they explained the situation.
I think I saw that in a movie once.
That's awesome. And a study found that regularly eating organic foods can reduce your risk for cancer.
Okay.
However, regularly talking about how you eat only organic foods greatly increases your chance of not being invited to anything ever. So there's your news for now.
Always a payback.
Yeah, it's a balance. It's a dance.
Yeah, it sure is. Headlines brought to you by Batteries Plus. Whatever moves you, drives them. Stop in or shop online at batteriesplus.com. So coming up this morning, your first keyword of the week to earn an extra paycheck for $500. It's the easiest job in the world. All you have to do is listen at 8:15. Coming up next, we'll check that scoreboard for you in sports.
Time now for sports on 107.9 The Fox.
Is drilled on a line, left field and gone! Adolis Garcia makes his statement, and the Rangers Eagles have their sights set on Game 7.
Man, this ALCS, the home team has lost every game so far in this series.
Oof.
So, deciding Game 7, that'll be tonight after a 9-2 win for the Rangers last night. Game 6 of the NLCS also today, this afternoon, with the Phillies up 3-2. And, of course, on Monday Night Football tonight, we've got our Vikings hosting the Niners. Still, of course, no JJ or Marcus Davenport, who were reported as of last week. JJ out for the next few weeks still. But Christian McCaffrey for the Niners expected to be in. Deebo Samuel and Trent Williams expected to be out. So that evens the playing field a little bit, I guess, right? Meanwhile, back there last night on Sunday Night Football, the Eagles defeated the Dolphins 31-17. That was our bonus pick in Sam's 3 quick picks. We'll talk about that with him after 8 this morning. The Broncos beat the Packers 19-17, Dave. The Lions, oh my God, they lost to the Ravens 38-6.
Oof.
Yeah, and the Bears blew out the Raiders 30-12. Maybe the Bears aren't as bad as we thought.
Oh, yes, they are.
And it's official. Travis Kelce does better when Taylor Swift is in the house. He had 179 yards in their win over the Chargers yesterday. And oh, by the way, in case you missed it, Taylor and Brittany Mahomes, Patrick's wife, have a secret handshake too now.
Yeah, okay. Jeez.
Hey, back there on Saturday, that Bison team that we've known to grow and love was back. Oh, my God, they whipped Western Illinois 52-7. The witch doctor worked, I'll tell you what.
It did work.
For a second time now. This time we think for good because it got rid of the curse that we might have created.
Boy.
So nice to see that.
Mischief undone.
Mm-hmm. The Bison home again this Saturday to host Murray State. Another 2:30 kickoff. The Racers are 2-5 overall and 1-3 in the conference. And, of course, we'll talk more about Saturday's matchup when Sam stops by for the Bison Blitz as well, presented by Pendleton Whiskey, a true Western tradition. That's your Fox Sports. That Fox forecast again, awesome and mostly sunny and 64 today. Tonight, a chance of rain, low in the 40s. Again, 50s tomorrow, 40s by Thursday, 30s by Friday, and we won't talk about that 4-letter word that could pop up again.
May not happen.
It might not.
Right? Yeah.
It might not. It may not. All right, 53 now at 6:10.
Coming up, who should be on the Mount Rushmore of horror icons? Ooh. We got another great debate on the way that you can sound in on.
Now, here's the Fox Morning Show.
On 107.9 The Fox.
Well, how about some small money-saving habits that really add up?
Oh, you bet. Talking about myself here, but in general, you nickel and dime yourself.
Oh, my God, right?
You break a 20, it's gone before you know it.
Mm-hmm. Make it a habit, they say, to sell stuff you don't use, like one thing a month on Facebook Marketplace. My middle son is so good for this. He's always putting stuff on Facebook Marketplace, and
I got buddies that do that too. We just tried doing that with a blow-up cat for Halloween, and we hadn't used it in a couple of years, but it turns out the motor conked out after a week. So we're not going to stick them with it,
right.
So we bought it back.
Maybe you don't think of doing stuff like that. I know my wife and I don't. And my son's always telling me.
Well, that's probably the main reason I don't, because it's a pain in the ass. Now I got to give you your money back because my blow-up cat didn't work after a week.
Tell me if you could do this. They say stop eating meat with every meal. It's expensive, so even one vegetarian dinner a week adds up.
Well, I guess,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could probably do like a pasta meal one day a week.
Yeah, I mean, I could. I mean, I don't think it's my meat budget that's putting me under.
But meat has skyrocketed.
It's crazy. Yeah, don't turn your nose up at roadkill on the way home, It's already tenderized.
Here's one that, we've actually made fun of someone we know that does this. Never buy napkins. Grab extras every time you get fast food, and that works with condiments, they say, as well.
Yeah, and then you're that person.
Yeah.
You got a napkin when you have people over, and, it's an Arby's napkin. Here's a Wendy's napkin. Is that okay? I mean, it's funny, but
It's just kind of weird, isn't it?
grief. Yes.
I know.
Yes.
Another great tip here on saving some money. Always carry a reusable water bottle with you. Another thing my son does. Man, this guy's saving money all the time, and I didn't even know it. But they say, think of how many times you stop to buy a drink, and it adds up. And
Yeah. Even water, it's expensive now.
right?
Yes.
Yes. So it says, it doesn't even have to be water. You can fill it with whatever you want.
Yeah, you keep pop.
With some whiskey. Hey, it's your water bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just don't do that with the clear one and expect to get through security.
They are going to check that at the Dome, so yeah.
My wife has actually gotten into the Dome with a clear water bottle and water in it.
Sure.
They looked at it, and obviously it was
Took a big
clear.
swig. Yep, checks out.
Right? I mean, little did they know that could have been vodka.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
absolutely, yeah.
Wink, wink.
That's straight gin, madam.
And then stop betting on the Vikings. Oh, wait, that's just my own personal note here.
Yeah, that's just good advice anywhere.
There you go. A few small money-saving tips.
Hey, it adds up.
This is the Fox Morning Show.
Now, here's what's trending on 107.9 The Fox.
Oh, man, we've got a viral video that has racked up close to 6 million views since it was posted.
Yeah, what is it?
It's a guy talking to his big, cute dog. And the dog, well, talks back.
Are you babies? Are you the babies? Are you a precious babies? Are you a pretty baby? Are you my babies? Say, I love Daddy.
That's a good girl.
Dogs are the best.
Yep.
Boomer talks back, but nothing comes out. He mouths stuff, but
does he?
nothing
Okay.
comes out.
Mine are talkers.
Okay.
But they've got a little bit of Malamute in them too, which kind of is akin to like the Siberian Huskies are talkers.
Yeah.
They're big talkers, and so yeah, mine. I'll sit there and have a conversation with Jupiter, and he'll be like, he will too, and I'll say, you want to go potty outside, or I'll, he'll come up to me and be, he'll try to talk, and it's just adorable, and then
That's
when
awesome.
the train comes by and it sounds its horn, that's when they're howling, and we can get them to howl at any time too, and that's
awesome.
like our little pack thing,
Yeah.
Are you a precious babies? Are you a pretty baby? Are you my babies? Say, I love Daddy.
Here's today's headlines with the Fox Morning Show.
On 107.9 The Fox.
What day is it?
It's Monday morning.
What? Monday morning?
Monday morning.
Is there an echo in here?
Hey, who's ready for a great first day?
Getting ready for the big day.
Get ready for a great week.
Every day's a great day for me.
I'm a person who oozes positivity.
That's who I am. I'm a positive person.
I'm a positive person.
Seize the day.
Great, we're ready.
All right, start the show.
Well, here it is. It's a Monday, but I'm just going to tell you like it is. It's going to be the best day of the week.
Yeah, even though you probably don't want to go outside today, you should.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be nice.
Yeah, that Fox forecast looks awesome for today. Mostly sunny and 64. Tonight, a chance of rain with a low in the 40s. Then your high for tomorrow, 50s. By Thursday, 40s. And by Friday, 30s. With that four-letter word in the forecast for Friday, too.
I hope not.
Fingers crossed that doesn't happen. We're a few days away from that. But so enjoy today. Currently, we do have 52 at 7:02.
On the 23rd day of October, here's what's shaking in our corner of the globe. Welcome to it. Fargo cops still looking for the missing driver after a crash on Friday afternoon. A white car was seen traveling eastbound on 9th Avenue South, failed to stop at an intersection and hit a northbound SUV. The impact of the collision sent the white car into an underground garage of an apartment complex. The driver of the white car then fled the scene on foot and remains at large. Sad to report, 2 women were killed when a tire came off a semi on I-94. The Interstate I-94 northwest of Minneapolis was closed Saturday evening after a fatal crash. The crash occurred near St. Michael and State Highway 241. The State Patrol says that a semi lost 2 tires, and at least one of them hit an eastbound SUV. Biggest fear of that happening, man.
That is just awful.
Yeah, 5 ladies were in the SUV at the time of the crash. The driver and 1 passenger were killed. The other 3 SUV passengers suffered non-life-threatening injuries. The semi-driver, 37-year-old guy from Savage, Minnesota, was not injured. Everybody in the crash was believed to be wearing seatbelts. The eastbound lanes of the interstate, again, were closed for about 6 hours. A 38-year-old guy rammed into police cars in Butte, Montana. And coincidentally had a bag of fentanyl pills hidden in his Butte.
Oh. Ooh.
But without the E.
Yeah.
He's sentenced to 10 years behind bars.
Oh, wow.
The meat company Tyson Foods thinks there could be a future in insect protein.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is... They're invested in a company that are experimenting with turning black soldier flies into food for pets, poultry, and fish.
Okay.
The flies aren't going into human food yet.
Okay, good.
I can see fish and poultry, but my dogs don't eat flies regularly, thanks. And I think the last thing they want is a big bowl of fly-O's or something. A guy in Utah created a Halloween decoration showing a skeleton pole dancing on a street sign.
Yeah.
Neighbors complained. City made him take it down. So then the guy moved it to his private property and made it even bigger.
Oh, he did?
Made it even bigger. And even some of the neighbors even chipped in to help defray the cost. Uh-oh. To put a thumb in City Hall's eye. The world's first bungee jumper just passed away peacefully this weekend in his bed at the age of 78. His name was David Kirk. He and his friends started a group at Oxford in the 70s called the Dangerous Sports Club.
Oh.
He was the first one to jump from a 250-foot bridge in 1979, wearing a tuxedo and holding a bottle of champagne.
Wow.
Yeah. A woman in Georgia says that while she was on vacation, a company demolished a house that she owned.
What?
The workers admitted they got the wrong place.
Oh, my God.
It's unclear what they're going to do to make it right. Oh, I don't know. Replace the house?
Yeah.
Oh, what do you want us to do about it? What's done is done.
I don't think sorry's going to work.
That's not going to cut it. And finally, United Airlines will board passengers with window seats first in order to speed up the boarding process. Not to be outdone, Spirit will speed up their boarding process by giving gate agents electric cattle prods. There we go. Yep, moving along. That's your news for now.
All right. Headlines brought to you by Western State Bank. Western State Bank is your hometown bank in Fargo and West Fargo. Don't forget this morning, your first keyword of the week to earn an extra paycheck for $500. It's the easiest job in the world. All you have to do is listen at 8:15. But we've got some Viking and Bison football news for you next in sports.
Time now for sports on 107.9 The Fox.
Is drilled on a line, left field and gone! Adolis Garcia makes his statement, and the Rangers have their sights set on Game 7.
Yes, we'll have a Game 7, Dave. I love the Game 7.
You bet.
Yeah, and the home team in this series so far has lost every game in the series. So, we'll have to wait and see. But that deciding Game 7 in the ALCS after the Rangers rocked the Astros last night 9-2 will be tonight. Yeah, Game 7 tonight. And then Game 6 of the NLCS this afternoon, with the Phillies leading that series 3-2. And on top of that, tonight we, of course, have Monday Night Football with our Vikings hosting the Niners. So the remote...
Gotta go home and take a nap.
Yeah, is going to get a workout. Of course, we already know JJ's out and will be for the next few weeks. But again, if you haven't heard, Marcus Davenport, one of our top defensive guys, will be out as well. Now for the Niners, Christian McCaffrey, maybe the best player in the NFL right now, he's going to give it a go. Meanwhile, Deebo Samuel and Trent Williams, both for the Niners, are out. So that evens the playing field a little bit. All right, we'll take whatever we can get.
Oh, absolutely.
Last night on Sunday Night Football, the Eagles defeated the Dolphins 31-17. That was our bonus pick in Sam's 3 quick picks from the NFL. We'll go over those next hour when we talk with Sam. The Broncos beat the Packers 19-17. They had a chance, but Jordan Love threw an interception in the final drive.
Well, crap happens, man.
The Lions, oh my God, they lost to the Ravens 38-6.
Good. I like to see that.
Right?
Slow that roll a little bit.
A little bit, right? Yeah. And then the Bears. Who are the Bears? Now they come back with a big win over the Raiders 30-12 after we took care of them last week, but then the week before they had that big win. So, I don't know. They're kind of on a roller coaster ride.
They kind of are.
Yeah. Oh, and it's official. Travis Kelce does better when Taylor Swift is in the house. Yeah, he had 179 yards in their win over the Chargers yesterday. And, oh, by the way, if you missed it,
you're ruining football.
Taylor and Brittany Mahomes, that's Patrick's wife, they have a secret handshake. It's very special.
God.
They were doing this and doing that, and then they did a chest bump to end it.
That's nice.
Yeah. Hey, and back there on Saturday, our Bison were back. The witch doctor worked. We whipped Western Illinois 52-7. Man, that was good.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was a good old shellacking.
Our Bison home again this coming Saturday. They're hosting Murray State. Kickoff at 2:30. The Racers are 2-5 overall and 1-3 in the conference, and we'll talk more about that and Saturday's matchup when Sam drops by for the Bison Blitz as well, presented by Pendleton Whiskey, a true Western tradition. That's your Fox Sports. At Fox Forecast again today. Some sunshine and 64, easily the best day of the week as we see our high temps falling throughout the week. 40s by Thursday and 30s by Friday. 52 now at 7:12.
Coming up, what you missed this past weekend. It's our weekend roundup. Yeah, out of the way.
Now here's the Fox Morning Show
with a weekend roundup. Giddy up, y'all. Kriya!
On 107.9, The Fox.
I love weekend roundup, especially this time of year. So I kind of held off on when I came in this morning and was like, well, what'd you think? Because you made it to the Cryptid Jacobs Manor Saturday night with some buddies and the wife, but we'll get to that Wendy part in a minute. But, my weekend was pretty much Friday night, Saturday night, and yesterday. Just some long hours, but a lot of fun.
I think everybody was in Leonard on Saturday night.
It was busy, wasn't
God,
it?
Was it busy.
So what did you think about your weekend?
Dude, so you've got a new attraction I had never seen before, and I don't want to give away too much, but...
Was it that swampy thing?
Yes!
Isn't that cool?
That is the coolest thing.
That's so cool.
I'm sure it changes up depending on the actors and characters that you have. But
it does. Anything will fit in there, man.
Oh, my God. Saturday night, you got my buddy Tom.
Did we?
Oh,
they're good.
Awesome.
I'll pass it along to Ben. He's in the swamp, so that's good.
Screamed like a little girl. Yeah, because there was a dog in the swamp.
That's Bubba.
And the dog was, growling. And that's got your attention, that you're fixated on the dog. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this monster comes out. And, of course, it got Tom. And that was my highlight of the whole weekend.
Oh, man. And the weather was just beautiful, too.
It was. So, no, that was great. We had a great time out there. And as always, this weekend will be your last weekend for us.
This is it. This Friday and Saturday for 2023. And, man, it's just been fun. And I'm so glad you guys made it out. So, Wendy, even with a lantern, refused to go in, your bride.
Dude.
So she sat with Marge, even scared there at the front entrance.
I don't know where she all of a sudden got some bravery, but we got to the Cryptid Jacobs Manor. We're waiting in line, and she goes, yeah, I think I will go in, but I have to have a lantern. Good.
Fair enough.
Awesome.
That's why we have them.
So her and two other ladies that were unsure said they would go with her as well. And so us dudes went ahead, and they were going to come behind in the next group.
Right, mock you, screaming.
So when we came out, they were already waiting for us. And, of course, that's when we found out that they didn't go through. They opened up the first door. There were clowns, and they went, nope. They turned around and left. That's all I needed to see. They were done.
We're out. Sorry, no refunds. Can't have your can of beans back.
Right.
Oh, man, I'm so glad you guys did make it out. A lot of folks, man. It was a busy weekend. I got to throw a thank out to the FM Legion riders, too. On Saturday night, a big group of those guys came out and helped scare.
Nice.
They had a lot of extra actors that night, but that's just the beauty of this thing, man, is a lot of people just want to do this. It's a lot of fun.
They did a great job.
Yeah.
They got my buddy Tom.
Thanks to everybody that did come out.
You're listening to the Fox Morning Show.
Coming up next, Dave's Deep Thought.
107.9 The Fox. And now it's time for Dave's Deep Thought with your radio pal, Dave Jacobs.
On 107.9 The Fox.
Get your panties in a bunch would be a great slogan at Costco.
Dave's Deep Thought.
107.9 The Fox. Now here's the Fox Morning Show.
107.9 The Fox.
'Tis the season. So, on our fan page on Facebook at 1079thefox.com, it's the Mount Rushmore of horror icons. You've got Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, and Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
So, who should be the last horror icon?
Well, what the hell are these three doing on there in the first place? They're all 80s icons. They have nothing to do with horror other than the people that came before them.
So you don't agree with those at all?
No. Maybe one. Maybe one. If I had to pick one, it'd probably be Michael Myers.
Okay. Well, our own Tony Tilton weighed in and suggested some of the classics.
Yeah, I agree. Frankenstein, Dracula, the Wolfman, the Mummy.
Mm-hmm. But then we have a lot who put up that fourth icon for what I guess you could call modern-day horror icon.
I think I agree. Pick one from the 80s. Maybe, All right, let's skip over the 50s, 60s, and 70s.
Jigsaw got a lot of votes.
Yeah, Jigsaw, and he's, I saw him a lot in there. And
Pinhead
from Hellraiser.
Yeah.
I see Leatherface in there quite a bit.
Yeah, yep. John said the Leprechaun.
Only because it's from North Dakota.
Yeah, right? Nancy thought Norman Bates.
Nah. No. Definitely a big part of horror, a part, but I mean from a groundbreaking movie, Psycho, but I mean who do you think of? Who's on the most t-shirts?
Pennywise got a lot of votes.
Pennywise, and probably deservedly so. There's no clown in there.
Right?
And this is just my opinion, doesn't mean it's right or wrong by any means, but I'd go with the classics before I went with anybody else. And if I had to do a more modern one, I would have to say, and if you're looking at just most movies made, most impact made, to me, it'd be Michael Myers from Halloween.
But he's up there. So we need to fill out.
But he's got to go. Everybody else has to go.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. He stays up there. And I'm saying we tack on Wolfman, Dracula, and his son. Whatever.
But they're already up there, Dave.
But not the picture I'm looking at. It's Michael Myers, Jason, Freddy Krueger, and a question mark.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So those three are already up there. So we need that fourth face.
Yeah.
To go with those three.
If you agree with the current Mount Rushmore, which I don't.
Let's just complete this one. And so who would you pick? Hannibal, that's been mentioned a few times too.
Yeah. I don't think I'd probably have Dracula up there. He's glaringly omitted. We're talking horror icons.
Yeah. Well, he is, but does he go with those? No. Right. So I think if you're going to use Dracula, if you're going to put Dracula on Mount Rushmore, that's where you'd probably want to put Frankenstein and the Wolfman.
And the Mummy and all the classics.
Right. Right.
So these are the more modern ones.
Yeah, if you want to do modern Mount Rushmore, who would that be?
Probably Pennywise.
Okay.
That'd be a good one.
I think so.
I think it's been remade several times, on top of the book from Stephen King,
Right, yeah. If I had to pick one, I'm kind of leaning towards Leatherface.
Dude, you took the words right out of my mouth. I think I am, too, because I think I am. If I had to pick one.
Because Leatherface kind of started the 80s icon horror.
What, 1974? Toby Hooper, right? Yeah.
Right. So Leatherface kind of started that, right?
For sure, yeah. And even today, I remember a month or so ago, I was talking about Texas Chainsaw Game that just came out late summer, this summer.
Right.
And, that's very popular, too. So, yeah.
All right. So, again, there's really no wrong answer here, right? So, go ahead and have some fun with that and leave your comment on our fan page on Facebook at 1079thefox.com.
This is the Fox Morning Show.
Now trending. Now, here's what's trending on 107.9 The Fox.
Oh, man, we've got a viral video that has racked up close to 6 million views since it was posted.
Yeah, what is it?
It's a guy talking to his big, cute dog. And the dog, well, dog's back.
Are you babies? Are you the babies? Are you a precious babies? Are you a pretty baby? Are you my babies? Say, I love Daddy.
It's a good girl.
Dogs are the best.
Yep.
Boomer talks back, but nothing comes out. He mouths stuff, but
does he?
nothing
Okay.
comes out.
Mine are talkers.
Okay.
But they've got a little bit of Malamute in them, too, which kind of is akin to, like, the Siberian Huskies are talkers.
Yeah.
You know, they're big talkers. And so, yeah, mine, I'll sit there and have a conversation with Jupiter, and he'll be like, he will, too. And I'll say, you want to go potty outside? Or I'll, he'll come up to me and be, he'll try to talk, and it's just adorable. And then
That's
when
awesome.
the train comes by and it sounds its horn, that's when they're howling. And we can get them to howl at any time, too. That's
awesome.
like our little pack thing, Yeah.
Are you a precious babies? Are you a pretty baby? Are you my babies? Say, I love Daddy.
It's Monday morning.
What? Monday morning?
Monday morning.
Is there an echo in here?
Hey, who's ready for a great first day?
Getting ready for the big day.
Get ready for a great week.
Every day's a great day for me.
I'm a person who oozes positivity.
That's who I am. I'm a positive person.
I'm a positive person.
Seize the day.
Great, we're ready.
All right, start the show.
That's right. Let's ooze some positivity, Dave.
Well, it's funny because Nikki just messaged our little family group. Is it going to snow on Saturday? I said, not if we all stay positive in caps.
That's right. That's right. Today, beautiful. That Fox forecast says sunshine and 64. Tonight, there is a chance of rain and a low in the 40s. By tomorrow, high of only 50-something. That's not too bad. But then by Thursday, 40s. And yes, by Friday, only 30s for the high. And we could maybe see some snow.
Well, maybe it'll be 39.
Yeah.
So that's almost like 40.
Right.
I mean, that's nice.
Yeah. And it's going to be wet snow if it is snow.
And the ground's still like 50 degrees.
Yeah.
So it's going to go away pretty darn quick.
That's right. So check it out for yourself. All the details there at our website, 1079thefox.com. We've got 51 at 8:03.
23rd day of October. Here's what's shaking in our corner of the globe. Fargo cops still searching for a missing driver after a crash on Friday. Approximately 2:27 in the afternoon, a white car was seen traveling eastbound on 9th Avenue South. Failed to stop at the intersection, hit a northbound SUV. Well, the impact of the collision sent the white car into the underground garages of an apartment complex. The driver of the white car fled the scene on foot and remains at large. Maybe he lives there. Oh, yeah, apartment 7G. Going up there. 2 women were killed when tires came off a semi on I-94. I know it, man. I-94 northwest of Minneapolis. It was closed for about 6 hours Saturday evening after the fatal crash. Occurred about 4:50 on I-94 in St. Michael's near State Highway 241. The State Patrol says a semi, again, lost 2 tires, and at least one of them hit an eastbound SUV. There were 5 women in the SUV at the time of the crash. The driver and 1 passenger were killed. The other 3 SUV passengers suffered non-life-threatening injuries. The semi-driver, a 37-year-old from Savage, was not injured. Everybody in the crash was believed to be wearing seatbelts. The eastbound lanes of the interstate, again, were closed for about 6 hours. Oof. Here's some random facts for you. The British Dollar Tree, they call it Poundland.
Poundland.
I brought Mark's Poundland one time.
Ha-ha! Woo!
And the Backstreet Boys never had a #1 hit.
They didn't.
Never got a chicken dinner. Here's a newest sign. You're an old person. If you dance with your hands in the air, Gen Z thinks you're ancient.
Put your hands in the air like
you don't care. We've been told to not care.
Yes.
Where were you?
Yes.
You were being born, you punk.
How do you raise the roof if you don't put your hands
How do you
in the
make
air?
it rain in here? All right? You guys don't know nothing.
Nothing.
A guy in Poland got arrested for stealing stuff from a shopping mall after it was closed for the night. How did he get in? He stood in the store's display window for hours, pretended to be a mannequin until everybody was gone.
Oh, man.
Everybody was gone.
Oh, you know.
He still got caught. Stupid.
Well, he still got caught,
Right.
but you know there was that moment where he had that itch. You know what I mean? And he couldn't do it.
That's right. Yep. Eat this. Cops in Tennessee are looking for two dudes who broke into a beauty supply store and stole bundles of hair.
What?
Worth about $13,000.
Are they looking for
I
bald
gotta
men
start
now?
growing my hair out.
Yeah, you do.
A dude in Tennessee also was lucky to be alive after a bullet came through his windshield and knocked off his glasses.
Oh
That's
my
how close
God.
it got.
Ooh.
He wasn't hurt. It was unclear where the gunfire came from, but, Tennessee.
I see what you did there. Unclear.
His hopes were shattered.
Oh!
Someone in Maryland found a Gunther beer bottle in their wall. I wonder when they stopped making Gunther beer.
I honestly...
Maybe they still make it. I don't know. Maybe it's regional.
I don't think I've ever heard of Gunther.
No. And I, spent some time around the Maryland area. But this was written on the bottle. This bottle was put here by the plumber on 3/25/55. That's nice. It's a keeper.
Yeah.
And finally, researchers warned that Ozempic could cause stomach problems.
Oh, yeah?
You can read about it in the new report, Ozempic, the new Chipotle. And that's your news for now.
Okay. All right. Again, we got your first keyword of the week. To earn that extra paycheck for $500. It's the easiest job in the world. Just make sure you're listening here at 8:15. What to watch for in sports. Next.
Time now for sports on 107.9 The Fox.
Is drilled on a line, left field and gone! Adolis Garcia makes his statement, and the Rangers have their sights set on Game 7.
Now that dude hit a grand slam in the bottom of the ninth. How about that? We're going to have a Game 7, man. The home team, though, has lost every game this series. So, I don't know. Astro fans, that might make you nervous. I don't know.
I don't know.
So that deciding Game 7 after last night's 9-2 victory for the Rangers will be tonight. Yeah, Game 7 of the ALCS tonight after Game 6 of the NLCS, which starts this afternoon. The Phillies up in that series 3-2. But we also have Monday Night Football tonight. Holy crap!
We got too much to do.
Including our Vikings. Which, by the way, Dave, where's your Viking gear today?
I'm wearing it under my hoodie.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Good.
It's a Viking-approved T-shirt. I forgot.
Oh.
I was tired from the weekend.
Vikings and Niners tonight. Of course, for our Vikings, JJ will be out for a few more weeks even. Marcus Davenport will miss this game and a few more. For the Niners, yes, Christian McCaffrey is in as of now. Deebo Samuel, though, and Trent Williams are out. So that's how it's looking. Last night on Sunday Night Football, the Eagles defeated the Dolphins 31-17. Again, that's our bonus pick in Sam's 3 quick picks. We'll have more on that here coming up shortly. The Broncos beat the Packers 19-17. I think I read that that's the Packers' third straight loss, something they haven't done in a long, long time.
Well, I'm glad I was here for it.
Cheers.
That's right.
The Lions. They're supposed to be one of the best teams in the NFC. Lost 38-6 to the Ravens yesterday. Ouch. And the Bears, who are these guys? This week, now they beat up the Raiders 30-12. That's 2 out of the last 3 games that they've had big blowout wins.
Yeah, I don't know what's up.
I don't know. That's just how the bad news Bears roll. And it's official. Travis Kelce does better when Taylor Swift is in the house. He had 179 yards in receiving yesterday as the Chiefs took care of the Chargers. And oh, by the way, because this is going to be the water cooler talk at the office today, Taylor and Brittany Holmes' secret handshake. Yeah, I'm sure you're going to want to learn it.
Now, who's Brittany?
Brittany is Patrick's wife. Brittany Mahomes.
Stop it.
Back there on Saturday, that's the Bison team we remember.
Yeah, pretty much.
Woo!
That's a fact.
Whipped Western Illinois 52-7, and the witch doctor worked. More on that here shortly, too. And again, the Bison remain at home this coming Saturday to host Murray State. The Racers, that's their name. They're 2-5 overall with a 1-3 conference record. We'll learn more about them, too, when the Bison Blitz happens. All right, that's your Fox Sports. Fox forecast again today. Sunshine and 64. Tonight, some rain and 40s. Tomorrow, 50s. And even cooler than that towards the end of the week with that 4-letter word popping up. Check it out for yourself anytime at 1079thefox.com. We've got 51 at 8:13.
And your first keyword of the week coming up for the easiest job in the world. All you got to do is listen. We could be cutting you a check Friday for $500. All sponsored by Johnson's Auto Repair in Moorhead.
The Bison Blitz is on. Sam Niederman,
I'm ready.
the voice of the Bison,
Horns up. Go Bison, baby.
joins the Fox Morning Show to talk Bison football. Presented by Pendleton Whiskey at 107.9 The Fox.
Big win for the Bison on Saturday, huh?
So the witch doctor worked.
It did.
All right.
I think forever now. I think we eliminated the curse that we might have put on the Bison to begin with.
And we've learned our lesson on fooling around with dark forces.
That's right. No more black magic here.
No, just Santana.
I love it.
Yeah, everything was working, Sam.
Everything. Yeah, you would have hoped, right? Western Illinois, I mean, let's call it like it is. They're really struggling right now. And, you wish them the best. They're moving on to a new conference next year. So it was the perfect opponent for the Bison to play after what happened the weekend prior. A get-right game, confidence booster game. I think that the guys need to see the ball go through the net, so to speak, if you want to make a cross-sports analogy. And they did some really nice things. I thought offensively things clicked. They were able to run the ball at will and hit some explosive plays, which was really good to see. So everybody kind of got involved, which is good. That's what you want in these types of games, a little bit from everybody, and the Bison certainly did that.
Yeah, you hope, like what you were kind of saying, to build off of that just a little bit more, that some of those younger players really build some confidence from that.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, you were talking about a game in which you didn't have Cole Wisniewski at safety. You didn't have Julian Wodarczyk at linebacker. So the two of your key veteran starters who have probably arguably been two of the top three players on the Bison defense to this point. They needed some guys to step in. I thought Oscar Benson did a great job for Julian at linebacker. He had a hit that led to an interception by Logan Kopp. Logan Kopp continues to play well. He was flying around all afternoon.
He was everywhere.
Oh, what a player, man. He's been one of my favorite players to watch on this team. He just plays with so much energy. He's always around the ball, got a nose for the ball. He's creating turnovers, the second interception of the year. So that was great. And then, we got some other guys in there by the end of the game as well. I mean, the second and third and even some fourth stringers got into the ball game. So it was nice to see that some guys got their first career action. Other guys got a chance to, step up and contribute and an opportunity where, probably aren't going to have too many more of them this season. So, yeah, it was a nice game for the Bison. It just feels better, right? It feels better. We're back on track and try and get a little positive momentum going here to close out the month.
Well, and there on the sideline, some former players like Trey Lance and Hunter Lipke and Nash Jensen. So now going forward, those three have to be at every game. I mean, we can't change a thing now.
Yeah, I know. We're going to have to call up their respective NFL teams and say, sorry, they're on bye week the rest of the way. We need them.
Right.
But it was awesome. I mean, I had the chance to talk with Trey on our broadcast. We had him on during the fourth quarter because the game was in hand, and people want to hear from the former Bison quarterback. So it was great to speak with him and hear how he's been doing with Dallas and just check in with him. And it was awesome. He was up in the coach's booth the entire game next to us, basically watching with the bird's eye view. So that was really neat. And we talked with Hunter Lipke on the sidelines as well. Him and his wife are expecting their first child here in January, so that's really neat. And Nash Jensen in the house as well. So, yeah, I'm right there with you, Moose. Those guys are going to have to put aside their professional responsibilities and obligation, and let's keep the streak going with them.
Absolutely. And we'll talk more about this Murray State team come Friday when the Racers race into the Fargo Dome.
Yeah, isn't that such a unique name? I come from Indiana where racing is such a huge thing. We have the Indianapolis 500, and then just to the south of us, Kentucky, where Murray State is from, they've got horse racing. So
very famous racists all over down there.
yeah, for sure, Dave. Yeah.
Well, hold on. We got to talk about your 3 quick picks in the NFL next.
Now here's the Fox Morning Show
with Sam's 3 quick picks.
on 107.9 The Fox.
We've got your 3 quick picks from the NFL to go over. Your overall record coming into last weekend, 11-7. And on the weekend, well, we'll go through them. Your lock was the Chiefs over the Chargers. It ended up being kind of a slam dunk.
That was good. Yeah, let's read them in weep here. So, we got that one. I never had a doubt about that. I just felt like the Chargers had issues and coming off of a short turnaround, playing on Monday night and going to Arrowhead Sunday afternoon. I felt like it was going to be tough. You had Taylor Swift there doing the celebration thing.
A little secret handshake thing.
Weird.
Yeah, Mahomes. I mean, it's getting crazy with that. So, and Kelsey is just, obviously, it's given him superpowers at this point. I mean, the guy's been unstoppable, and Mahomes has been incredible. And I said it too, guys. Like, the Chiefs defense is legit.
Yeah.
The Chiefs defense is the reason they are 6-1 right now, and they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. I mean, clearly, we'll get to the Miami game here in a moment, but they are the runner of the AFC once again to defend their title.
Absolutely. Now, your upset pick of the weekend, I was a little unsure about this, but man, it was a heartbreaker for you because that's your team you picked to upset the Browns. The Colts were oh so close, but now in the point spread, they covered. So that's a win, right?
Yes, they covered, and I knew they were. I thought we were going to win. So if you count it as a loss against me, I'm not gonna, complain there because you got to stick to your guns. But we got just completely robbed at the end of that game, Boost. I mean, what are the officials doing? I couldn't believe it. The Colts were just completely robbed. I mean, bag calls all over the place, kept the Browns alive. I thought we had it in the bag once they had that sack fumble, but the penalty keeps them alive, and then they were able to punch it in after a couple of pass interference calls at the one. So, credit to Cleveland. Myles Garrett is unbelievable. He's such a great player. Their defense is great. Watson went out. They still find a way with Walker to win the game, but I was proud of my Colts. I thought they represented well. I know people were giving me some crazy looks for that pick, but I'm glad that they didn't make me look silly 100%.
No, and again, they covered, so we're giving you the win on that, all right? They covered.
Boom.
There you go. Now, the bonus pick of the weekend, not so much.
I was watching that game last night. Yeah, Miami. I picked Miami on Sunday night against the Eagles, and I'm watching this game, and I thought Miami had a chance to really cement the narrative, like that they were going to be the top team in the AFC. They're the trendy team. They're the fastest team in football.
Man, they're not. They're not. Super Bowl. What you smoking up there?
And what was exposed was maybe after the loss, it turns out when you go back and look at the teams that they actually beat this season, not too impressive. And the 2 losses they have are against the only 2 teams they've played over 500.
Yeah. No, I think that's an excellent point, Moose. And you look at it, too, I think the game was a little more about Philadelphia. I mean, Philadelphia needed a get-right game after losing to the Jets. And I thought Hurts was so shaky. He threw a pick 6. He put the ball on the carpet a time or two. Right? Turnovers have been his issue this season. So I thought that maybe the Dolphins would sneak it after they tied it with the pick 6. I was like, wow, they've hung around in this game. But Philly just did what Philly does, right? They controlled the clock. They played smash-mouth football on that final drive where they went up by 2 scores. I mean, they just couldn't stop them. They go for 4th and 1 on their own side of the 50 twice because they just know it's a guaranteed first down with the brotherly shove or whatever they're calling it, the quarterback sneak. And then you got Miami just could not run the ball. They had the number 1 rushing attack in the league, and they couldn't run the ball. So that was the difference. And Philly is still Philly. They're going to be right in the mix by the end of the day. They look like they're back to normal now.
So on the week, 2-1 to improve to 13-8 overall. Still not too shabby.
Not too bad. Well done.
Not bad. Hey, I appreciate you guys throwing me a bone on the Colts there. We're going to keep this thing rolling. I thought I would go a little hometown flavor, but I'm already looking at the slate for this week, studying up, and let's see what we can do and get a 3-0 week.
Awesome.
Sam the Man, voice of the Bison, 1660, rock solid. We'll see you in the funny papers.
Now, here's the Fox Morning Show.
With a weekend roundup. Giddy up, y'all. Kriya!
On 107.9, The Fox.
I love Weekend Roundup, yeah, especially this time of year. So I kind of held off on when I came in this morning and was like, well, what'd you think? Because you made it to the Cryptid Jacobs Manor Saturday night with some buddies and the wife, but we'll get to that Wendy part in a minute. But, my weekend was pretty much Friday night, Saturday night, and yesterday. Just some long hours, but a lot of fun.
I think everybody was in Leonard on Saturday night.
It was busy, wasn't
it? Was it busy?
So what did you think about your weekend?
Dude, so you've got a new attraction I had never seen before, and I don't want to give away too much, but...
Was it that swampy thing?
Yes.
Isn't that cool?
That is the coolest thing.
It's so cool.
I'm sure it changes up depending on the actors and characters that you have. But
it does. Anything will fit in there, man.
Oh, my God. Saturday night, you got my buddy Tom.
Did we?
Oh,
they're good.
Awesome.
I'll pass that along to Ben. He's in the swamp, so that's good.
Screamed like a little girl. Yeah, because there was a dog in the swamp.
That's Bubba.
And the dog was, growling. And that's got your attention, that you're fixated on the dog. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this monster comes out. And, of course, that, again, it got Tom. And that was my highlight of the whole weekend.
Oh, man. And the weather was just beautiful, too.
It was. So, no, that was great. We had a great time out there. And as always, this weekend will be your last weekend for us.
This is it. This Friday and Saturday for 2023. And, man, it's just been fun. And I'm so glad you guys made it out. So, Wendy, even with a lantern, refused to go in, your bride.
Dude.
So she sat with Marge, even scared there at the front entrance.
I don't know where she all of a sudden got some bravery, but we got to the Cryptid Jacobs Manor. We're waiting in line, and she goes, yeah, I think I will go in, but I have to have a lantern. Good.
Fair enough.
Awesome.
That's why we have them.
So her and two other ladies that were unsure said they would go with her as well. And so us dudes went ahead, and they were going to come behind in the next group.
Right, mock you, screaming.
So when we came out, they were already waiting for us. And, of course, that's when we found out that they didn't go through. They opened up the first door. There were clowns, and they went, nope. They turned around and left. That's all I needed to see. They were done.
We're out. Sorry, no refunds. Can't have your can of beans back.
That's right.
Oh, man, I'm so glad you guys did make it out. A lot of folks, man. It was a busy weekend. And I got to throw a thank out to the FM Legion riders, too. On Saturday night, a big group of those guys came out and helped scare.
Nice.
That had a lot of extra actors that night. But that's just the beauty of this thing, man, is a lot of people just want to do this. It's a lot of fun.
They did a great job.
Yeah.
They got my buddy Tom.
Thanks to everybody that did come out.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.